Hey.
Looks like a zoo or something. And usually, for class, the structure is more like the seats and the person. So I don't know why you do it like it's on Zoom. Just the head. I could do it like that.
I just jump and did that. I said I'm doing alone from in front. Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Japiha Japiha Jai Radha Madhava Japiha Jai Radha Madhava Japihari Gopijana Vallabha Givaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Givaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Givaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Givaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Shodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Danandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Natira Vanachari Jayurada Madhava Punjabihari Jayurada Madhava Punjabihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramaspurisharya Sursati Divine Grace Abhaicharan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramaspurisharya Sursati Srimad Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Maharaj Ki Jai. Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sitaram Lakshman Bhakt Hanuman Ki Jai. Ayodhya Dham Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakt Vrind Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Hare Om Nam Bhagavate Vasudeva. छोटा कर दो उसको. Prasad. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Sloki Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1 Canto 10 Chapter 70 Verse 1, 2 and 3. So we'll be going recite 1. Shri Sukha Vacha Atha Ushashi Upavrittayam Atha Ushashi Upavrittayam Kukutan Kujata Ashapan Kukutan Kujata Ashapan Grihita Kantyapatipi Grihita Kantyapatipi Madhavaya Vira Atura Madhavaya Vira Atura Shri Sukavacha Atha Ushashi Upavrittayam Kukutan Kujata Ashapan Grihita Kantya Patipi Madhavaya Vira Atura. Hare Krishna. Sri Sukta Vacha Ushashi Grihita Kantya Pativi Let's try. Sri Sukavacha Upavrittayam Athaushashi Upavrittayam Ukutan Kujata Ashapam. Helping a bit. Kukatam Kujata Ashapam Grihita Kantya Patibi Grihita Kantya Patibi Madhavaya Vira Aturam Aturam. Hare Krishna. Good, Prabhu. Well done. Sri Sukha. Sri Sukha Vacha Athau Shashi Upavittayam Kukutan Angujata Ashpam Grihita Kantya Patibi Madhya Vira Turam. Sri Sukha Vacha अथौ शाशी उपवृत्तायां कुकुतां कूजता आश्वां गृहीता कान्तिभिः दया वीरातुरा. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 70, Text 1, Word to Word meaning. Sri Sukha Vacha. Sukadev Goswami said, Atha, then, Ushashi, the dawn, Upavrittayam, as it was approaching, Kukutam, the roosters, Kujata, who were crowing, Akapan, Ashapan, cursed, Grihita, being held, Kantya, whose necks, Patipi, by their husbands. Lord Krishna is in his multiple manifestation. Madhavaya, the wives of Lord Krishna. Viraha, over separation. Atura, agitated. So we'll be reading 1, 2, and 3. Sukadeva Goswami said, as dawn approached, the wives of Lord Madhava, each embraced around the neck by her husband, cursed the crowing roosters. The the ladies were disturbed that now they would be separated from him. The volume is a little high. Sukadeva Goswami said, as dawn approached, the wives of Lord Madhava, each embraced around the neck by her husband, cursed the crowing roosters. The ladies were disturbed that now they would be separated from him. The description of Lord Krishna's daily activities starts with the crowing of the rooster. Lord Krishna's wives know that Lord would dutifully get up and perform his prescribed morning rituals, and thus they were agitated at the coming separation from him and cursed the roosters. Verse 2. Vayamsi arurvam krishnam bodhayanti vandinaha guyatsi alishu anidra mandaravana vayuvi. The bees buzzing caused by the fragrant breeze from the Parijata garden rose the birds from sleep. And when the birds began to sing loudly, they woke Lord Krishna like court poets reciting his glories. Muhurutam tam vaidharbi nam rishyad athash lobhanam paridambhana visleshat priyabhau antaram gatam. Lying in Lord's arms, Kyun Vaidarbi did not like this most auspicious hour, for it is meant she would lose his embrace. Sridhar Goswami explains that the reaction of Kyun Vaidarbi Rukmini Devi shows the attitude of all the Kyuns. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sakrijatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savdutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam Sham. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपीश गोपिकांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पवनेभ्यो वैष्णवभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Lord Krishna's daily activities. In previous chapter, it was Narada visits Lord Krishna's palaces, different palaces. In this, Lord Krishna's daily activities. So Lord Krishna used to get up early in the morning and bath with fresh water, clear water, and then he used to meditate, chant his Gayatri mantra, and touch auspicious things like that. Some auspicious means like getting up early is for us. Devotional service is the most auspicious. Krishna is all auspicious. Anything connected with Krishna is all auspicious. Devotional service is all auspicious. Only by devotion one can know Krishna. So Krishna shows this example like getting up early in the morning is very beneficial for our spiritual as well as material. Getting early and taking a bath. Taking a bath cleanses our externally, and by performing devotionally we get clean inside. So both things is essential, like cleaning, like I said, in Kali Yuga, as time goes people will be uh, so the span of life will be less, religion will be less, people will be not so clean. No. In a very first class, like when you go to the deities, very first class, because Lord is pure. You have to approach the pure, we have to also be pure, clean internally and externally. So while Lord Krishna's example, we can learn from this. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So like Srila Prabhupada says, everything first class should be offered to the Lord. uh, Thing like one should worship the Lord very gorgeously. Opulent should be offered like that. So Krishna's always like Srila Prabhupada built these temples, Jew temples, Mayapur. One can learn from this example. And Srila Prabhupada said one can learn from Los Angeles, especially in Los Angeles also they dress, I think, so three at two. Yeah, very gorgeous, very opulent. So when we come in front of the deity, we also feel joyful. Then we also benefit because devotional service also in the three modes of nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Goodness means getting up early in the morning, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that's temple life actually. Getting up. Srila Prabhupada emphasized these things to get up early in the morning in the temple and chant Hare Krishna and then attend classes. Then he has attended all education, good qualification like that. Bhagavad Gita class. So this getting up early in the morning is very beneficial. That's called Brahma Muhurat. Brahma Muhurat means before sunrise, so 1.5 hour before sunrise. Yeah, so even want to keep our health nice, we have to walk and get up early in the morning and take a nice bath. Then it can free us from disease. Prabhupada says, I'm just repeating the words. And we have experienced devotees also. We can see Jitendra Prabhu. Yeah, he takes very nice. Murari Prabhu also takes bath very nice. They take long time bath. Very nice. Hare Krishna. So I just give an example. Srila Prabhupada is saying. So getting up early in the morning and performing devotional service. Uh, and not only worshipping of the Lord, but also chanting the glories of the Lord. It's not just ringing the bell. That's not beneficial. But one also do kirtan also in front of the Lord. That's nectar of devotion also. As well. Prabhupada also recommends that. It's not just ringing of the bells. Pancharati Math and Bhagavat Math both should go simultaneously. Otherwise, if you just wake up the deities but there is no kirtan, then there's no life like that. Temple means life, means everybody should be um, very active and enthusiastic to perform devotional service. Imagine if you're getting up early in the morning. Srila Prabhupada says like this is very important, like these two things. glorifying Krishna and worshipping the Lord. And especially in deity worship, dressing the Lord is very beneficial. Uh, like that. So these things are. So here we can see here uh, Krishna is giving us Dawn approach. The wives of Lord Madhava, each endowed around the neck by husband, curse the crowing roosters. So generally in the morning, the roosters they make a sound. Coo, 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 coo. In the village, we can hear this. In India, we can go see sounds like that. Like the before this explanation, we heard about the palace of Lord Krishna. Narada want to see all his Krishna married killed Narakasura and married many maidens, 16,000, and how Krishna expanded into 16,000. He wanted to see all these palaces Krishna's performing simultaneously, one person in different palaces like that. So Krishna can do many things wonderfully. We cannot imitate Krishna. Like the Goswamis, they very regulated life. They were very doing performing austerities, different types of austerities. We cannot imitate them like that. We have to be regulated. Prabhupada says early to bed and early in the morning to get up, and it gives you good health and good wealth and prosperity. Like one should get up early in the morning. So we can see here Krishna is giving example here. Dawn of the wives of Lord Mother each embraced around the neck by her husband, cursed the crowing roosters. The ladies were disturbed that now they would be separated from him. So the ladies where Krishna is embraced and they feeling the roosters, they are cursing the roosters like that. And so this Krishna or Lord Krishna daily starts with the crowing of the rooster. Lord Krishna's wife knew that once Srila Prabhupada, some devotees are sometimes the roosters in the midnight also they wake up. So Prabhupada says that because they don't get up, so the roosters also cheat. They make a sound at night also in the midnight also. But generally in the morning they make nice. The description of Lord Krishna's daily activities start with the crowing of the rooster. Lord Krishna's wife knew that the Lord would dutifully get up and perform his prescribed morning rituals, and they were agitated at their coming separation from him and cursed the roosters. Nice, Krishna is showing. The bees buzzing caused by the fragrant breeze from the Parijata garden rose the birds from sleeps. And when the birds began to sing loudly, they woke Lord Krishna like poets reciting his glories. Lying in her beloved arms, Kyun Vedarbi did not like this most auspicious hour, for it meant she would lose his embrace. So this is the most auspicious hour. Getting up early, spiritual activities. The power in the morning is very beneficial. Like uh, in other part of the day, is not so because like morning is considered goodness, day is complete passion, and night is. But it's not so easy day after day, year after year, because it's a challenge. Like bodily testaments, what to speak of, we have Kali Yuga body. So that's why, like Goswamis, they were very austere like this. All this Krishna consciousness is austere life. Like the Rishabh also says in the yoga, there's a yoga for the soul and there's yoga for the body. Generally, people know what yoga for the body, but for the soul means one has to perform austerity, purify his existence. So it's not something cheap like that. One should perform austerities to please for the pleasure of the Lord Krishna. One should control his senses, control his mind, watch your wakam. One should be regulated in his eating and sleeping. So like Bhagavad Gita says, one should eat more, not eat less. One should be regulated his habits. The teachings of Bhagavad Gita is for our beneficial like this. If we apply in this life, Srila Prabhupada says, we can attain perfection like that. But at present, nobody is regulated in their eating, nor sleeping, or recreation. So when the miseries are more, because modes nature affect more. Even Prabhupada also says that mode of goodness, if one preaches boldly this message of God, and yeah, one preaches this message boldly of God, Krishna, then and perform devotional service, he can become about the modes of nature's goodness, passion, ignorance. Because as long we are in the modes of nature, we will be influenced by the modes of nature, and we have to accept body according to the modes of nature, our consciousness, our desire. So, we can learn from this when Krishna performed his pastime in Dwarka. There's such wonderful pastimes. In this particular pastimes, a few things are there: Krishna's daily activities, and then the messengers. There's two messengers. They are posing their proposals before Krishna. So one is Narada and one is a messenger. So Krishna would, I'll read the translation. Krishna would get up early in the morning and take a bath and touch some auspicious this. And so one messenger comes in the assembly, and then he offers obeisance to Lord Krishna and gives a message that Jarsanda has attacked and he has arrested many kings. Those are they all devotees. So this message is conveying, and he's offering obeisance to the Lord and all the assembled exalted personalities. The one thing we can learn to one whenever an exalted personality comes, especially when a sannyasi comes, uh, one who say advance in spiritual life, this thing Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita: always think of me, offer obeisances to me, and worship me. Yes. Even a child can perform devotional service. Today we see in Ayodhya, a whole of India, like uh, Ram's Ram Chandra, they are celebrating this Ram Utsav, and so much propagation of Ram, like we say Krishna conscious, all over India and other parts of the world also is propagated like that through the media, and it's become so much wide. Uh, and people are happy like that. Many celebrities, businessmen, wealthiest persons, ambassadors from different countries, um, movie stars, and different artists, singers, they all came to this Ayodhya. And because it was empowered by the Prime Minister of India, Modi. So he did a wonderful job that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yad Yad Achariti Sheshta Tat Tat Evotarujana Sayat Pramanam Krute Lokas Tatanuvarte. Whatever action a great man performs, common man follow. So this Pran Pratishtha ceremony he did, and very nice arrangement. Uh, the It was very 14 lakhs of diyas. Ram's poster was made like that. Very beautiful art was made, and the children were engaged in putting more hundreds of thousands of lakhs of lamps lighted, and sweets were arranged from different states. Different they brought gifts. Somebody bought a lot of sweets, made laddus like that. Somewhere the singers they use their talent in service of Krishna. Somewhere they build nice silver paduka gold for the Lord. Someone donated crown, and some and most they donated a lot of money to this project also. Whole of India, most of people, and all the people were very joyous like that. They were very eager to see this Ayodhya. And anyone who is a devotee, because Srila Prabhupada says India is naturally people are God conscious from the childhood, because from birth they are taught this consciousness, because every living entity is a soul. Bhagavad Gita also says we should not make distinction like that. Everybody is a soul, part and parcel of Krishna, and he's minutely eternal part and parcel of Krishna. It doesn't mean somebody is doing sinful activities or engaging in sinful activities, but in Krishna is saying that everybody is part and parcel of Krishna like that. He's eternally his relation with Krishna like that. So Bhagavad Gita 18 verse chapter 20 Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that they are all minute sparks, spirit souls like that. So it's wonderful that we see in today India, especially Ayodhya, is very decorated nicely. The streets are decorated, the trees are decorated very nice. Uh, Very auspicious. It is very auspicious, like Krishna. We see in the verse third, it says, "Lying in and below, ask you whether you did not like this. Most auspicious hour, for it is meant she would lose his embrace." So this is the most auspicious means to perform devotional service, uh, do activities for the pleasure of Krishna. It's beautiful. Yeah, in the Facebook and they have given all different activities. Somebody is doing dramas, very beautifully costumed whole city. Somebody playing music, somebody singing, somebody using their art in the service of Lord Ramchandra. Somebody using Pran Pratishtha. They made beautiful deities, and the priests are reciting mantras, and everybody glorifying Lord Ramchandra, Ayodhya. It's nice song from childhood. Like we have heard this song, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sita Ram. In every we have been taught like that. If you the book falls and you touch your feet, or you touch an elderly person with the feet, you just remember, like you offer respect, you remember God. Rice also, grains also, you don't waste prashadam like food grains. And when you turn off the light in the sunlight, you think like Lakshmi. And everything, if you go to the temple, you should visit the temple. In every religion they have this preaching like that, you have to become God conscious like that. In this, in whatever activities, we have to remember God, saying everything is energy of Krishna. Ultimately everything is Krishna's energies. So beautiful this pastimes Lord Krishna's. So one is the messenger is giving the message to Lord Krishna that just in that has attacked and he has arrested many kings, and they are all your devotees, and you release them from his Jason does this. And second message, Narad Muni is coming, and when Narad Muni is coming, everybody is offering obeisance to Narad Muni. So the first messenger is coming, he is offering respects to Lord Krishna and other. But here next is Narad Muni is coming, everybody is offering obeisances because he's a saintly personality. So two things like that. We have to offer obeisance to the Lord, we have to offer obeisance to saintly persons, and a very exalted person, we have to offer our respects like that. A very advanced person in Krishna consciousness. Two things we learn from this. And Narad Muni is saying that Jarsanda, he is giving this message. Yeah, this chapter describe Lord Krishna's daily activities and two proposals placed before him, one by a messenger from Dwarka and another by the sage Narada. In the early hours of the morning, Lord Krishna would rise from bed and bath himself in clear water. Just as I said, Krishna shows the example, clear bath, because this all gates has to be clean. Srila Prabhupada taught this. He personally teach this to his disciples like that. In the early also, and we could say like with Prabhupada gave to sannyas initiation to Kirtanand Maharaj or Vishnu Swami, and they wore saffron. They were looking so effulgent, and Prabhupada said, "Looks like Lord Chaitanya. They come from Vaikuntha." So devotees and seeing them, and then next generation they were very inspired by Prabhupada's disciples like that. They were so effulgent. They were speaking so eloquent. They were so much. Everybody had some unique qualities like that. Singing, dancing, or lecturing Bhagavatam. They are attached to Bhagavatam, glorifying Krishna. In the early, and they give that example, they also getting early in the morning, Mayapur festival, especially all these. If we go to Mayapur, we can experience this. There's a nice song in the Mayapur Parikrama. They sing, Udila Aruna Purava Bhage Gora Amara Gora Amara Jage Udilo Puran. Means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing his wise example. He's getting early in the morning and he's singing the songs very. Like Lord Krishna is giving example, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving example. The acharyas are giving example, and here we can hear in the early hours of the morning, Lord Krishna would rise from bed and bath himself in clear water. After executing the dawn rituals and other religious duties, he would offer oblations into the sacrifice fire, chant the Gayatri Mantra, worship and pay tribute to the demigods, sages, and forefathers, and offer respects to learned Brahmanas. Then he would touch auspicious substances, decorate himself with celestial ornaments, and gratify his subjects by giving them whatever they desired. So this we heard from previous chapter also. Krishna has to silently perform Gayatri. When Narad Muni went to different palaces, he saw different. Lord Krishna was playing with some. First, he went to Rukmini's palace. Rukmini was served by many maid servants. So she was a queen. They could have served. She had thousands of maid servants, but she personally took the service of Lord Krishna, and she acted as a menial servant like that, and she was serving Krishna. And when Lord Krishna saw Narad Muni, he got up from his seat and offered obeisance to Narad Muni. This is repeatedly said in Bhagavatam, keeping clean, um, offering obeisances every 2 3 chapters like that. This is very important to, especially when you do deity worship, especially, and you go to the deities, like when you offer bhoga. Before offering the bhoga, you offer your obeisances and go inside like that. And then you offer bhoga. Then you pray for all the mantras. You take permission from Guru, and then you offer to go Nitai, then Kishore, and then Jagannath, Kishore, Kishore, like that. Kishore, Kishore, Jagannath Balde. And then when you take it out, you offer again back to you, means you purify. Means, in different mantras are there, like cleansing the hand, giving the asan to the Lord, yeah, and sprinkling, and then offering to, finally offering to Guru Parampara, and then Guru like that. So Prabhupada and Guru like that. And then it becomes Mahaprasad. So that impression is very, when we see offer the mantras, we recite the mantras and offer this offering to. So this Brahman Diksha also is very important. Diksha is important, then second initiation, and to worship the Lord like that. It's very purifying. Very this impression is very nicely seated in our mind. Like Srila Prabhupada says, if you, every place has this, like America has opulence, wealth, knowledge, beauty, name, fame. Everybody aspires, everybody gets some wealth, somebody knowledge. And similarly, India, if you visit India, India has the ancient culture, like uh, if you, and that impression will be there. Like similarly in the Ganga, Himalayas, Vrindavan, Mayapur, these holy places, Ayodhya, Dham, like that. So yeah, Rameshwar Dham, like so, offering, worshipping the Lord. Like when you go, before enter the deity's room, you offer obeisances. When you go inside the, you don't offer inside, or you, and then you offer food, like foodstuffs like that. Then you do arti, you dress the deities like that, and do arti like that. The arti or dressing is in the early morning. Early morning we offer first. Rabdi and sandesh in the morning, the deities especially, and then we offer, we dress the deities, we bath the deities with a nice paraphernalia. That's incense, there's perfume, there's oil, there's flowers, then there's sandalwood paste and chandan paste like that. In during Ekadasi, once in we do that with sandalwood, which we put tilak. We bath the deities like that, polish it, and it's beautiful pies. So according to facilities, Panchamrit, we do use the 5 products of cow milk, yogurt, honey, and water, Ganges water. We mix with water, and like that we offer incense, then lamp after dressing, and we offer fruits like that. So previously it was like 7 types of fruits were offered, different, and the duties also, and in this like that, and the plate and 4 sweets it is. And Sunday, every Sunday people come, they get sweets. Like that. Srila Prabhupada also recommended there should be some sweet as people go. Especially people come here Sundays. Other days they don't come much. But so it was like that. The process is like that. Prabhupada wanted the holy name, prasadam, and books to be distributed as much as preaching activities. So everybody is empowered when it comes to Krishna consciously performing. Like when Prabhupada's spiritual master sent his disciples, before Srila Prabhupada came, they came to Western countries, but they didn't succeed like that. They went back to the countries like that. So we all getting this opportunity in this parampara, according to, because devotee gets empowered by this He preaches according to his capacity, engages in devotional service, distributing books, or cooking for the Lord, or worshipping the deities very nicely, very gorgeously, very opulently. So these are very good, or making garlands, cleaning the temples. They are all spiritual activities. They are all transcendental activities. So these things becomes nice when we engage in devotional service beginning from the morning. That's what Brahma Muhurat is, and Brahma Muhurat is the time for getting up early and attend Mangal Arati and then dress the deities like that. Very important here we can learn from these things. Yeah, the in the early hours of morning, Lord Krishna would rise from bed and bath himself in clear water after executing the dawn rituals and other religious duties. So cleaning our clothes, keeping clean on a regular basis, and were for rituals in clear water. Then we won't be so much infected by disease. Also, our health also will be nice. Walking also. So getting up early in the morning, taking a bath, walking, and attending the morning this. After executing the dawn rituals and other religious, he would offer oblation into sacred fire, chant the Gayatri mantra. So this Gayatri mantra, when one has attained perfection by chanting Gayatri mantra, means that's the very advanced stage like that. So Gayatri mantra is very powerful. And pay tribute to the demigods, sages, and forefathers. So demigods, sages, and forefathers, it says, worship and pay tribute to them. That. Hmm. So Krishna showed like the Panch Yagna, like previous chapter we heard about when Narad Muni visited all the palaces, he saw Krishna performing this Panch Mahayagna. So as householders, one has to perform this Panch Mahayagna like that, offering oblations to fire like that, and offering food offered to the Lord to the forefathers, ancestors like that, and yeah, what's a Panchama? Yeah, offering fire and chanting the holy names there. Five types of yajna is recommended. That's a 20. Yeah, let's say exactly what Panchama yajna. It was in my mind. I forgot. Yeah, I will come across that Panchama yajna. Yeah, offering fire oblations. Panchama yajna is that. Offering to ancestors and offering 69 chapter 20. Okay, I'll come back there. So yeah, then he would touch auspicious substance, decorated himself celestial. So like this gold, diamond, silver, like that. Even these are auspicious, like a fill water is bucket or seeing an elephant. These are all auspicious signs like that. But engaging devotional service, that's the most auspicious. Decorate himself with celestial ornaments and gratify his subjects by giving them whatever they desire. So as soon as we get up, we have to offer obeisance to the spiritual master and parampara, and we should remember the Panch Tattva. Because Advaita Acharya is all auspicious, the name Advaita Acharya. Because he had no fruity desires, no impersonal this. He was pure performing devotional service. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to perform Kirtan also, he used to do with all his pure devotees like that. They were not materially tinged, like material fruity desires like that. But on Bhagavatam also it says, Akama Sarva Kama. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, four types of people come to me. They also become purified. Yeah, that with any desire or not desire like that. One should engage fully determined with in the service of Lord Krishna. Yeah, one should preach the message of Krishna to whoever you meet. Jare Deko Tariko Krishna. Pray to you, demon say with celestial ornament gratify subjects by giving whatever they desire. For devotees, especially that with an residing in a holy place, like the temple is a holy place, associating with devotees. Yeah, the three modes of nature, staying in a temple like that, and preaching this message very bravely, then he can overcome the modes of nature. Two things: preaching very bravely this Krishna consciousness, and staying in a association of devotees in a holy place like that. This is very powerful. Very, Yeah, this temple, residing in the temple is very purifying, very beneficial, very, it's very lot of sukruti. Sukruti means good asset. Asham Tavantagatam Papam. But it's not so easy to go on for day after day, year after year. But by the mercy of Lord and His pure devotees, we can engage in devotional service like that, wholeheartedly like that. So worship and pray to you. Then he would touch auspicious and decorate himself. Yeah, yeah, for devotees, especially Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, staying in holy places, and worshipping the deities. These are the recommended for especially devotees. He would touch himself celestial ornament, gratify his subject by giving them whatever they desired. And he used to be very conscious of all the subjects, being concerned of other. So that's what devotee means, like being concerned of other devotees, also taking care of them. Also, it said that a householder should take care of the brahmacharis like that. They should be concerned of brahmacharis like that. They should treat them like their children like that. He would teach auspicious and decoration and gratify subjects by giving them whatever they desired. The Lord's chariot driver Daruka would bring his chariot, and the Lord would mount it and drive it into the royal assembly hall. So this is Daruka. He was the chariot driver of Lord Krishna. When he would take his seat amply surrounded by the, he would appear like the moon surrounded by a circle of stars called nakshatra. So, a bar who recite his praise to accompaniment of drums, cymbals, veenas, and other instruments. So there were music players. There were different types of instruments. Yeah. So yeah, this we might have never heard about all these things. In for us, it is new in Western countries. Devotional service. So the Prabhupada gave us this nice vibration, sound vibration, devotional activities. So same way this Krishna was all glorified with all us. He touched auspicious substance, and then he appreciated his. He gave gifts to a different assembly, and he appeared like a moon, like surrounded by. So one devotee should be like moon, like Sri Prabhupada says. What's the use of many stars? One moon is sufficient and can bright the whole this. Means one should become more Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness, that's what Rishabh Dev was saying, one has to perform austerities. It's not so cheap, like, to become a representative of God. It's not an ordinary thing like that. It's not so cheap like that. One has to perform lot of austerities. If millions of life here we engage in sense gratification like that. Sense gratification will be cause of miseries only, and offenses also will be cause of miseries only. Especially devotee should be very careful. The devotee or especially householder should be more cautious like that, not commit offense. Maybe anybody would not commit offenses to devotees like that. One has to be very cautious in his devotional life. Otherwise it's very troublesome, like in a spiritual path. Yeah, we are learning all this. We have to learn many things we have to learn. So many things we have to learn. Hare Krishna. One has to purify his existence like that. So like the Goswamis, they were very exalted personalities. They have, so we also have to be regulated in our eating and sleeping like that. It's not that I come to Krishna conscious, I will do a lot of austerities and after some time not seen like that. We have to perform devotional service in such a way. We have to become regulated. Like we are not the Goswamis. We have to eat also, we have to sleep also, but we have to become regulated. Otherwise, it will affect the health like that for a long run. Right? On one on one occasion, the doorkeepers escorted a messenger into the assembly hall. The messenger offered prostrate obeisance to the Lord and then, standing with joined palms, addressed him, O Lord, Jasanda has captured 20,000 kings and holding them prisoner. Please do something for these kings. Are all your surrendered devotees? So, like I shared that previously, then one messenger came and told Jasandhar arrested all these kings, but they are all your devotees surrender. Just at the moment Narad Muni appeared, Lord Krishna and all the members stood up and offered obeisance to Narada. See, like you said, messenger offered prostrate obeisance to the Lord. And next year he says, Narad Muni, when Narad Muni came, Lord Krishna and all the members of the assembly stood and offered obeisance to Narada by bowing their heads. It's not that Krishna is the supreme Lord, but he is performing as pastime like an ordinary person in Dwarka. as a king like that. So he's showing respect, how a saintly person should be offer all respect. Narada going there. The sage repeated, accepted his seat, and then Lord Krishna gently questioned him. Since you travel all over the universe, please inform us what the Pandavas brothers are planning to do. Narada then praised the Supreme Lord and replied, King Yudhishthira decided to perform the Rashtriya sacrifice. So Krishna is asking Narada Muni, oh, what the Pandavas are doing Yudhishthira Maharaj. So he's saying he's performing Rajasuya sacrifice because he want to show that Lord Krishna is the supreme person in Godhead to all the sages, all the kings, and then he's trying to conquer all over the earth planet like that. So he has to defeat Jasanda. For this he request anybody obstacles, for this he requests your sanction and presence. Many demigods and illustrious king will come just to see you. Understanding the Yodhavas wanted him to defeat Jason, Lord Krishna asked his vice minister Uddhava to determine which of the two matters at hand, the defeat of Jasanda or the Raj should be attended first. So Krishna is asking which should be attended first. Hare Krishna. So this this Srimad Bhagavatam previous chapter we Srila Prabhupada in the last Sukdev Goswami is saying that Lord Hari is the ultimate cause of creation, universal creation, maintenance, and destruction. My dear King, anyone who chants about years about it or simply appreciates the extraordinary activities he performed in this world, which are impossible to imitate, will surely develop devotion for the Lord, the bestower of devotion. So, anybody who chants of this description of Krishna when he was on his earthly planet or appreciate this extraordinary, so hears this, he says we'll develop devotion to the Supreme Lord, the bestower of liberation. Such when Narad Muni went to different palaces, he saw Krishna performing different pastimes. First, he saw Rukmini, then how Rukmini was serving Krishna as a menial servant. This is one example we can take to it. Serving Krishna, like we said in the morning, Trinada Pisunichena, Tarora Pisha, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaches one should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind. Thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street, one should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige. He says, all sense of false prestige, should offer all respects to others. All respects to others means plants, living entities, all within that. The living spirit soul is there like that. Saying, then one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So high, devoid of all sense, tree, humble than a tree, tolerant than a tree. To speak is so easy like that, but practical, we have to learn so much things. Hare Krishna. So otherwise, our preaching won't be so effective like that. He says here, anyone who chants about years simply appreciates extraordinary things performed in this world, which are impossible, will surely develop devotion for the Supreme Lord. So we have to learn many things from this Krishna consciousness. Every teaching is a real teaching. So Narad Muni went, he saw this first menial servant he was serving, and then Lord Krishna got down from his seat and he offered obeisance to Narad Muni. And then Narad Muni went to the next palace. Krishna was playing dice with his wife and Uddhava, but then again, Krishna offered respects to Uddhava. It as if nothing. This, yeah. So, yeah, yeah, respects to Narada Muni. Then he further went. Krishna was playing some with infant children. Somewhere he was going to preparing for hunting. Somewhere he was talking with the ministers. So Krishna was wondering, performing different pastimes like that. Somewhere he was playing in the pond with his wives. Uh, Jal Krida is called like that. So this very beautiful. He was performing in this world like an ordinary person, like a king. He performed these pastimes. So these pastimes, one should hear. I'm very quick in this because it says one should chant here about this. First, the description of Dwarka is given. How Dwarka, the whole city was with birds, trees, the trees were very nice orchards, fruits like that, varieties of fruits. We can imagine this picture like that, an impression of Dwarka was so beautiful. Narada Muni wanted eager to see, and the birds were chirping. There were sounds of the birds all over the city. The bees also were chirping. The ponds there were nice kumuda, lotus flowers, very nice fragrant flowers were there, lilies like that. It was very nice atmosphere. And further he went, He saw the streets were decorated with especially the house was sprinkled with waters and flags were drawn to, and then further event he saw the celestial palace of Krishna, where all the kings used to come worship Krishna, and that it was built by Vishwakarma, an architect of the demigod, like that. It's very beautiful. This one should hear about this. And then he says devotion. He saw amazing. Krishna went. Birds, flowers like Indivar Ambuja, swans and cranes were there, and 900 palaces. They were all very beautifully decorated. They were all marble, jewels, sapphires, emeralds. The very nice opulence, like we can see here. We have one of this like that. So it looks very nice. It gives the impression of the temple like that. Yeah. Like so, city was parks, pleasure, and Indira Moja, Kala, Kumunda, Utpula. Dwarka boasted 900 palaces, crystal, silver, and splendid decorative huge emeralds. Inside these palaces, the furnishings were bedecked with golds and jewels. And traffic moved well laid systems, road, intersection, and marketplaces, assembly houses, and temples of demigods. Charming city. So when we say here demigods, we say in the material sense, material world, we aspire for we see people ask for material benefit, but actually demigods they all belong to the spiritual world. They are different from the demigods of this earthly planet, like that. They are only desire to serve Krishna, like that. In the city of like Krishna Arjun, like Narad Muni here, he sees Krishna's pastimes like that, in this nice why he's doing that, like that he says. So beautiful quarter worshipped by planet system. It was built by Vishwakarma. There could be 16,000 palaces. Narad Muni entered one of these immense palaces. So there were coral pillars, Vaidurya gems, sapphires, floors glowed with perpetual brilliance, canopies, pearls, seats, bed, fish, and ivory and precious jewel, well-dressed maid servants, armor clad with turbans, so very nicely dressed maid servants there was, and lockets in their necks, and the guards were having turban on their head. Fine, we can see sometimes, like some very nice, highly personality. We see their guards are put turban and like that. Nice, it looks very nice. Hare Krishna. So these are fine university. Uh, the low studded lamps dispelled the darkness. The jewels also they didn't wear. And on the roof there were peacocks dancing on the roofs. And the incense, the burning from the fumes were coming, and the fumes were looking at the peacocks thought it to be a cloud like that. So, in Ayodhya also they built a very they had a big incense, very huge, long, very 300 meters, something like that. They had made an incense from a particular place like that. Very nice. This like what we hear, yes, similarly to some extent in this material world, Ayodhya also decorate. In the palace, learned Brahmana saw Krishna together with his wife, who fanned him with a golden yak tail. She personally served him with white. In this way, she was constantly attended by 1,000 maid servants, equal in her character, beauty, youth, and fine dress. Special this chamar is to look very white like that, very nice. It's like chamar can be cleaned in soap water like that, but you do not to put sing the top portion, the silver portion, otherwise it will come out. Yeah, Hare Krishna. It looks very nice like that. See, here it says mm, in that palace, this why I'm saying, because once we were in Sankirtan bus and we had stopped at a Gurdwara. Sankirtan is in Sankirtan, traveling Sankirtan, you go all over the world. You can go all over the states. Even a very wealthy person cannot travel like that. You can stop. We stop at places where rivers, just by holding this book, Bhagavad Gita is so powerful. You can preach this message. Not only that, anyone take to devotion, you hear on the US, you can do preach this message, and in 50th, can give you all energy, telling them, because spiritual activities never go vain like that. I cannot not boast like whatever qualification is Prabhupada said. everybody got something, quality they can use in this book distribution or cooking for the Lord, cleaning the temple like that, service. Many people become and do big distribution, 20,000, 50,000, whatever. If you speak about Krishna, you give them a book, either you show them a book of Krishna, Bhagavad Gita. It's all spiritual activities, never go in. So much empowered by Srila Prabhupada by just by performing devotional service. We have no qualification, but this devotional service is so powerful. Hare Krishna. You can speak to any materially qualified person, either he's in from army or he is in navy or whatever. You can preach Krishna, and they like to hear also. Very nice. Uh, uh, yeah, like when I was speaking to one of the pilot, and so I said, I'm fortunate to have you. I spoke to him, Krishna. Right. So this is a very nice. In the Palestine, yeah, many even Muslims also like that, preach like that of Krishna consciousness, and they like to hear. Those who are very pious, they hear it. Yeah. And some try to change you also, and they try to use all your this their energy. Okay. And some become very violent also preaching. Krishna took his wife, found him cold after. She pursued him in this way, even though she was constantly attended by thousands of maid servants. So she's showing the menial servant like she was serving Krishna. So she was Lakshmi, goddess of fortune. The Supreme Lord is the greatest upholder of religious principles. Thus, when he saw Narada, he rose at once from goddess, who had bowed out his crowned head at Narada's feet. Like a wealthy person won't bow down because he'll think that these people are they have nothing, they are worshipping Krishna like that because he's proud of his wealth. But Krishna is showing that here. Hare Krishna, you can see from this one thing. You'll be puffed up, you won't show, you'll say I'm something great extraordinary. Krishna is showing person in Narada bathing his feet, like the Ganges came from Lord's feet, but Krishna is here bathing the saintly person Narada's feet, right? There are five important these ingredients, like the food remnants of a pure devotee, and the water was his bath, like that. This is very auspicious for spiritual advancement. Remnants of food offered to a pure devotee. His words, instructions, like that. Krishna honored Sri bathing is after fully worshipped the great sage, according to Lord Krishna himself, or in friend conversed with Narada, as was sweet as nectar. So the devotee's words should be very sweet, like it should not be very this. When he actually we hear from a devotee like that, his words are very very pleasing like that. Like I said, we had an opportunity to meet many of Prabhupada's disciples, and they had all something unique qualities, very in devotional service like that. Somebody is down to earth. They are so much. They mix with you so nicely like that, and they're interacting. And when they sing, some are singing so nice, very qualities like that. So you say, "Uh, now is in your now is in your feet grant liberation to your which even Lord Brahma can only meditate upon with their hearts, which those who have fallen into the well of materialism. So this meditation also, there's chanting, hearing, and then meditation. Savanam, Kirtanam, and then Ismaranam, like that. Meditation, like we said, we get up early in the morning and we think of all the acharyas we offer respects to. And we, like I said, when you worship the Lord, when you dress the deities, you offer bhoga, and when you go inside out the offer, that impression is there, very quick like that meditation. And we chant Hare Krishna and we hear the sound, the sound vibration. We increase this chant. When Prabhupada was asked, like when you chant, then you chant more after chanting. The more you chant, then you can more you remember. And how can that more can happen? It can be happen in the association of devotees practicing like that. It's very important to practice this, getting up early in the morning and this. Then what I saw playing dice. My dear Brahmana, please make my life auspicious. Like I said, one devotee, then he can make his whole family a you purify his whole family also like that. And ballet, we can see from Prahlad Maharaj, since Prahlad Maharaj delivered his 14th generation. Then Narad saw Krishna engage petting small children. Then he entered another palace, Lord Krishna preparing to take his bath. You cannot pet children in this age of Kali Yuga also. It's very changes. World has changed now. Hare Krishna. Like that. Krishna preparing to take his bath. In another place, it's like another worshipping to five yagnas, feeding the brahmanas, eating the remnants left by the brahmanas. Because Krishna says Brahman Deva. Krishna is to the mouth of the brahmanas, like that. So one should feed the brahmana. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Haridas Thakur, I fed you means I want to give you Mahaprasad. And Haridas Thakur is saying that I didn't finish my rounds. I have to finish it. By feeding you, I'm feeding thousands of brahmanas like that. So inshallah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, yes, Bhakti Siddhanta says, if you don't chant 64 rounds, you're patit, you're fallen like that. And it is, there are devotees like Maharaj Gopal Krishna Maharaj like that. If anybody is not chanting 16 rounds, he doesn't takes from them like that for prasadam. Mm. It's very important. All these things are, we have to learn many things. Different speech and quietly chanting. Also, he was moving our sword. Then he was showing this. We are little time short now, and any comments, any questions? It goes on, goes on. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Any comments? Any questions? Uh, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes. Hmm. D- Downwards. Oh, okay. Oh, my face. This one. Little. Okay. Hare.
Um,
Hare
sometimes when you're speaking, your volume goes down like this.
Hare Krishna.
So
Maya.
that's the point.
Maya is very strong.
Yeah, you have to, no, you speak great. Just keep it at the same volume because you'll really be excited and
Uh-huh.
get smaller and smaller. So you were speaking about our activity at home and as devotees and elaborating not so much on uh, the family life, I guess, but as devotees, the importance of our daily, um, activities. Now, if a person, let's say they only come to the temple on Sunday,
Mhm.
but they put their heart and soul into it,
Mhm.
what is your recommendation for those people? Because some people, if they've been raised in America, church is on Sunday.
Mhm.
And that's it. But it prepares you and it just jets your whole week is wonderful and you're excited and everything. But then they kind of turn that button off and then they just engage themselves. So how can we encourage the others? Let's say they're not here all the time. They want to have fun, and especially the youth. They don't want to over engage, but um, because when you do the RT at home or you're eating the prasadam and this and that, what kind of ideas do you have? So that will make it modern and interesting as far as activities at home or pastimes, I guess you would say.
Yeah. Yeah, that's association. If you associate with a saintly person, you get associate. You get good qualities. If you associate with the drunkard, you become a drunkard. You associate with the businessman, you get a businessman. So generally, people are far away from Vedic culture. Vedic culture teaches to become clean internally, externally, and becoming free from four sinful life. That's real cleanliness, actually. Um, but everybody, like we say in the morning, like Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavya. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava duties of the Lord, who are just like desirees, who can fulfill the desires of everyone, and full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. We can learn from Srila Prabhupada's teachings. Like Prabhupada came to the West and he preached in New York, which was very, very, very on the material level, very this. People were very unclean, they were far away from Vedic culture and so. But by coming in contact with Srila Prabhupada, the pure devotee of Lord, our lives, we may not, I said, we may not know what is this instrument, we may not heard about this, like that. Many things are there. So this is all new for us because Tataschanudinam, as days goes, this thing will decline. Mercy, cleanliness, austerity, religious activities there. Because human platform we have this all good qualities will decline as time goes, as day goes, more and more. People will become more unclean like that. It's natural. So we are it says devotion is like a lotus is in the mud, but it cannot touch mud, cannot be contaminated by this. Because uh, Srila Prabhupada says you show by your example, like so. So it's very difficult. We are far away from this Vedic culture, very very far away. We have to learn many things. So much vast knowledge is there like that. Each word teachings like get up early in the morning. Who gets up early in the morning? At that time we go to sleep like that mostly. Yeah, early in the morning. Our begins at night like that. So Prabhupada said this is an education center. People come and learn, but people they should be one example. So then they will be the example for others like that. So um, like I said, it's not so easy. Devotional service, it's a very pure process, very pure. Very few will take to Krishna consciousness. Like it says, diamond, very not all will take, very few will take it. So but you have to preach to others also and bring them to Krishna consciousness. In the beginning Srila Prabhupada tolerated all the nuisance, but by the purity of a pure devotee they also changed like that, their life changed like that. But as far as considering Prabhupada was a pure representative of God, and we like the Goswamis, they were very exalted personalities, and we are just practicing Krishna consciousness. We have to learn many things from this, and we have to practice. And by seeing our example, they also learn like that. I hope something makes
Um,
sense.
you know, society, I was at a local government office last week and I mentioned some of the activities at the temple and some of the
Mhm.
some of the situations within the community. And they said, well, that's the way of the world. I don't believe that. See, even in the college dormitories, like when you're saying the cleanliness, you would not come to dinner. You were supposed to get bathed and wear fresh clothing.
Mm.
So some of our practices were out in the public, but they're not being emphasized because people keep saying it's the way of the world. But there are people, they secretly do a lot that we do. There's people, they say the most successful people are up at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Mhm.
And there's a reason that's an auspicious time, but they don't want to share that with the others. And what I've been finding, I've been turning everything off in the house because if you listen, you can hear all your electrical devices humming, everything, your heaters humming, there's enough noise. So then I can clear my mind, and it's amazing how you can get into your soul in depth and examine and plan and think clearly. But see, um, we have to get the noise out of our system and we want to be pure and we want to be clean. But cleanliness is so important, and that means the mind also. But see, the people, when we're trying to encourage them, the family life, a lot of people don't eat together. Their schedules are all over the place. And that's very important, eating together. So,
Yeah.
what do you say about the food? Because you said Krishna has to have this particular cream or milk or this sweet. So, the family, what if they're making something different um, and they say their prayers over it? Because many of us grew up, you say the Lord's Prayer or you say you bless the food before you eat it. What do you do with them? They say, oh, I have to eat the exact same thing as Krishna, or my food is pure. I was clean when I prepared it. I washed my hands. I was clean, my body, and then I offer it separately. But what do you say about that?
Yeah, we have to refer Sadhu, Guru, and Shastra. We have to refer the scriptures, what is actually cleanliness. And they may say they're clean, but actually clean means to follow the scriptures, follow the saintly persons, like that. And it doesn't matter. Everybody has, they belong to a particular faith. They follow that tradition like that. They're trying for. The most important is our consciousness. Our consciousness is where we have to have a nice consciousness. And these things are in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says we learn from these teachings of Krishna when Narad Muni is visiting Dwarka and all the two messengers are visiting. Krishna is doing this pastimes. He is giving an example that how this Vedic culture is like that. So we learn from this and we practice it like that. We have to practice it like that. So we cannot tell everybody because, like in now universities, people go to the schools, university. People previously children were not going; they were under the parents' care like that, like the studying in college also if they. But now everybody is staying in universities, dormant. Everybody mixing up. They're not bathing. Many things like all sort of media. So what can you expect like that? Because they have practiced it like that. Not practice it. They have not been.
People are getting fired from their jobs, like those university professors, for speaking the truth or speaking. They'll. It's kind of contradictory. They say you have freedom of speech, but if you have the big people of power, if it causes controversy, then you're eliminated. So those people may have a sincere, really a sincere thought, and it might be very decent, but that's not supported. So what we're doing, we can only do the best we can. And I think most people are drawn here. Some are fed up, and many are just spiritually drawn here. They just end up here. Um, and because if your soul is seeking, I think you'll end up doing the right thing. Yes.
Yeah, there's no other way outside Krishna. Means devotional service. I can say. Devotional service is very powerful. Uh, yeah, it takes time. It takes a lot of practice. Very nice. But we have to endeavor for this. In this endeavor, there's no loss. Whatever else is gone. We may have a very nice, opulent everything, but yes, it will go today or tomorrow. We left all alone. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavat Puran ki jai. Srila Prabhupada